Last time on Ethereal Enigma.
I think you cast a spell on me. Kira's smiles broaden.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Now we continue.
Well, hello. My name is Gian. Welcome back to Ethereal Enigma. Last time, we were hanging out with Kira, and she had this cool cosplay outfit. And then, we went to the bakery, me and Mina, to help out, her mom and pops. But then Kosei came, and he hanged out for a bit, and a fangirl came up to Kosei and be like, "Oh my god, it's the wall!" Then we had the goodbye party for Erilynn. Now, it's a new day. Let us continue. I am awoken by a gentle shaking. Blinking open my eyes, Kira's face focuses into view. This is something I could get used to. Morning.
Good morning.
Peering outside, the dawn has barely broken. It's really early.
This is when we're supposed to meet everyone at the shrine.
That's right, Erilynn's leaving today. The sobering thought fully wakes me up. I'll be ready in a moment. She nods. I get up and quickly splash my face with water while Kira waits for me by the front door. This day seems so far away. It's hard to believe it's finally here, and Erilynn will soon be home. As soon as I'm ready, I meet Kira by the door and we head towards the shrine. She slips her hand into mine as we walk into the rolling fog. The crisp, cold air crackling with energy, as if ready for Erilynn's departure. Once we reach the shrine, we step through the gates and see Niall, waiting by the main hall. Erilynn is beside him, while the rest of our friends and family are nearby. Erilynn pauses, glancing at each of us. Her voice cracks when she finally speaks.
You're all here.
Of course we are! We wouldn't miss saying goodbye to our friend.
Dude, she is so sad. And it's been a while since we've seen her in this. She's like so sad, she's like, what if like at the last minute she's like, I don't want to go.
Thank you, everyone. You don't know how much you each mean to me.
Mina's eyes bubble with tears. She races towards Erilynn and throws her arms around her in a big hug.
I'm going to miss you so much!
I'll miss you too.
I wish you had more time here. There's so much I still want to ask you about being Velden.
Perhaps you'll have a chance to visit your heritage. Velden welcomes you anytime.
Mina smiles.
I'd like that.
Dude, I want to go to Velden. Why don't we all just go to Velden for like a day or two? Erilynn turns to Anamiko.
The same offer stands for you too, of course.
Thank you, dear.
Anamiko grins as she pulls Erilynn into a hug.
I'm so glad I had a chance to meet you. You tell Ida to take it easy on you, okay? Sometimes she overdoes it with her missions.
I will. Thank you for taking such good care of me. You too, Uncle Hajime.
He grins, pulling her into a brief side hug.
We're going to miss having you around the house. Come visit whenever you like.
Dude, what happened with the dog? Doesn't she have like a dog? Or is it just in my filler episode, like the Erilynn route? I don't remember, As Uncle Hajime lets her go, Erilynn turns to Kira.
Thank you for being someone I could trust from the start. I don't believe I'd have made it this far without your support.
Kira nods.
I'm glad to have been of help.
They both smile as another voice interrupts them.
Don't forget me!
Kosei bounds forward into Erilynn's view. She giggles.
I could never forget you, Kosei.
Okay. Erilynn. Like literally, like the first couple times you're like, what's a Kosei? Dude, imagine she just comes back and Kosei's like right there. And she's like, who are you? My name is Kosei. What's a Kosei? He grins broadly as he says his name.
Come find me when you return. Even after I'm a famous soccer player, I'll still make time for you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Finally, Erilynn turns to me.
I suppose your burden is now lifted.
You were never a burden. What I'll do with all my free time? I suppose. Nah, dude. You gotta be... She's leaving. You don't want it to be like... You know what I mean? You can't say nothing bad about it. I never thought of you that way.
I know I was, but you helped me learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Thank you for everything. I couldn't have done it without you.
You. I'm glad to have helped. With all of her goodbyes done, Erilynn steps to Neil's side.
Are you ready, Your Highness?
Yes.
He nods, stepping back. He reveals a scepter. Then, he points it at the sky, muttering a few words under his breath. In a flash, the sky parts in the blazing... In a flash, the sky parts into a blazing rainbow of shapes and glowing colors. They dance faster than my eyes can trace them. As the colorful storm swirls above, Erilynn looks over her shoulder, smiling one last time. When she looks forward, both she and Neil disappear. The remaining silence is deafening. It returns all at once, storming the air and filling the gaps that has been displaced. Erilynn disappeared just as quickly as she fallen into my life. Kira finally speaks.
She's really gone.
She looks at me and slings my arm around her, squeezing her into a hug. Oh, shit, I fucked up. Sorry. She looks at me and I sling my arm around her, squeezing her into a hug. Yeah, but not forgotten. She nods, leaning her head on my shoulder, and slides her arm around my waist.
Erilynn's going to come back. She promised.
Yeah, so until then, we'll just have to wait for her together.
Exactly.
Together? I like the sound of that. I glance at Kira, and she smiles.
Me too.
My gaze travels to the wishing box where it all began. Although it's been only a few months, it feels like a lifetime ago that I was just an unsuspecting kid whose biggest worries was starting high school. Now, I've discovered a family secret, made unexpected but long-life friends, and even fallen in love. All because I returned a wallet. It may seem like our adventure has come to a close, but this is just the first chapter of many more to come. Is that how the game ends? It's only been 8 minutes. And my game fucking closed on me. Son of a bitch! And I am back. Okay, that was really weird, man. It took me half an hour to fix the problem. And I had to skip the credits. It was the credits that was messing me up. After I fixed it, I got the credits rolling, but it kept like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, skip it. Okay, this is right after the credits. I'm sorry that you cannot see the credits. I couldn't see them either. I had to look at a YouTube video to see the credits on my own. I'll probably put it at the end, the credits, man, but oh my god, that was awful. Oh, okay. Let's get back into it, you know what I mean? This is like epilogue or something, or I don't know what's going on. This is literally, there's ... Hopefully there's more. Oh, and by the way, fucking Mina is Lily Pichu. I fucking knew it. Alright, let us continue. ... It's been 4 months since we all said goodbye at the shrine. Erilynn's transition out of school was a lot smoother than her transition in. There was some reshuffling on the student council, with both Erilynn's and Daisuke's homestay program ending early. Fuck, man, I'm still pissed. Okay, I gotta get back into it, man. Whew. Luckily, she had prepped Jiro to take over as our class representative, and so far, he's been representing us well. He's no longer such a stick in the mud, and it seems like Erilynn's charisma rubbed off on him. Really? Outside of school, the bakery is still going strong, and Amiko and Uncle Hajime are as busy as ever. Even with Mina and my help, my aunt and uncle can barely keep up with orders and have hired additional staff. Now that we know Anamiko's true heritage, she's been bolder in embracing her Velden past. Mina and I eagerly listened to her many escapades and stories of what life was like in Velden. Some of her stories are so amazing that I wish I could visit Velden too. Why don't we just visit Velden, you know what I mean? Like, for like summer break or something. Mina is the same as she has always been. Now that there's additional help at the bakery, she works fewer shifts and uses her extra time to train with her swim club. And boy, has that training paid off. Mina set the record for the fastest individual melody time on her team. She's training hard for the next meet against our rival school. Kosei is doing equally well in his club. He has made starter goalie on the team and is the first freshman to ever do so. He's still working his job at the arcade and somehow has not lost his pure enthusiasm for dishes. Even with their busy schedules, Kosei and Mina's relationship is stronger than ever, although you wouldn't know it by how often they argue. I still don't understand it, but their bickering is how they encourage and support each other. It's a strange way to show their affection, but affected nonetheless. As for Erilynn, we were left wondering about her for a long time. Months passed and we still have heard no word. Of course, none of us gave up hope. Erilynn promised that she'd be in touch, and she always follows through on her promises. One day, a box was left on my doorstep. It was an address to the Manio family with no return address. We opened it up. The box was filled with assortment of delicious treats. Anamiko confirmed they were Velden delicacies. Inside was a note from Erilynn expressing that she was doing well in Velden. While she wished she could visit in person, she hoped the gifts would suffice until her next return. As much as we hoped to see her, we were relieved to hear that things are going well. As for myself and Kira, we're still writing the next chapter of our story. I wait impatiently in line, hoping the queue will move faster. The line extends outside of the door of our local bookstore, and I'm glad I got here early. The people chatter excitedly with each other, clutching their copies of the book to be signed. I recognize the characters on the cover. I can't help but smile at the girl who moved to a new town and went through the motions of living until she met a boy. The story is all too familiar to me. Kira. As I reach the front of the signing table, I grin broadly at the girl with raven hair and exotic features. Can you make it out to the boy who said yes? Kira blinks up at me before blooming into a broad smile. She gets up from behind the table to greet me. To your first book signing. I wouldn't miss it for the world. A soft blush dusts her cheeks and she squeezes me in a tight hug. As Kira's confidence have grown, she become a lot bolder in showing her affection. Dude, this is what I like. Cause she was kinda shy in the beginning, and we brought her out of that shyness, and it's fucking adorable, man.
To be honest, I'm glad you came. I didn't expect so many people.
I'm not surprised. Your manga is good. It's got a story that a lot of people can relate to.
I tried to keep it true to form, with only a couple of embellishments. Some parts of the story are just for you and me to share.
She glances at me, a coy smile on her face, before looking away. Squeezing her hand, I match her grin, and then look behind me. I probably shouldn't hold up the line though. She nods, then pauses.
Will you stay with me a while longer?
Of course. How long should I stay? A deep blush tints her cheeks.
Through the sequel, and whatever comes after.
Are you proposing to me? I grin, feeling a warmth spread through my chest. A never-ending story with you sounds just perfect. Kira smiles warmly as I scoop her her into my arms. Everything feels just right, and I'm excited for what plot comes next for us. Finn. Thank you for playing Ethereal Enigma. We hope you enjoy it. I enjoy it. Thank you, PixelFade. More. End of the game already? Jeez. No, man. I gotta really say thank you, PixelFade. Fucking thank you. You know what I mean? Like, this was the first video I've ever made. This is the first video game I've ever made for a playthrough, you know what I mean? I got 20 subscribers. I have like 20 of you guys just watching me, and it just makes me excited. You know what I mean? I might not be a big channel. I may be pretty small, but I appreciate you for sticking by, you know? For at least giving me one view. These Ethereal Enigma videos make a lot of views, but I look at my other stuff and I get 1 or 2 views and I still enjoy it, man. I'm like, there's someone watching me, man, and they enjoy it, hopefully, you know? Thank you, PixelFade, man. You've brought this journey right here. Because it's going to be almost a year, I think. Like in, like January? That's when I started. It's going to be a year like in, like 5 or 6 months from now. Like, jeez, man, where'd the time go? I did enjoy it. Thank you, PixelFade. Glad to hear it. Please look forward to our new adventure in the future. Farewell. Ethereal Enigma, man. Ethereal a fucking enigma. I want to do a filler episode, but I kind of don't. Like, I'll do like, because with Erilynn's playthrough, like, you know what I mean? I want to see that through. It should be on its own separate episodes, you know? But I want to give you at least a little bit of what I thought about the game. The game was fucking beautiful. From beginning to end. And don't get me wrong, I had a little bit of fuck-ups technically, like, you know, the credits. But other than that, this game is beautiful. It just does something for my chest. It just, every time I play it, it's like, you want to keep playing, you know? There's sometimes where it's like, I don't even want to stop making a video, like, stop, right? I wanted to do, like, all the way, maybe, like, 10 hours. But, you know what I mean? Sometimes that would be boring. But this game got me hooked like crack. It is a really fun game. Hopefully, you buy it and play it. Because, you know what I mean? Like, save up the money to play this game because it is beautiful. It is a good adventure and a good read. And if you can't afford it, thank you for watching this video and like from beginning to end, you know? And thank you for choosing me as your reader, even though I can barely read sometimes. Alrighty, man. I know this is short, but I'm gonna hit you with the farewell. And tomorrow, for sure tomorrow, we're gonna go through Erilynn's playthrough, the Erilynn route. Okay? Because this is not the end of our chapter. This is not a book, man. This isn't a choose your own adventure book, you know? Because now we're gonna go back and choose another adventure. And that adventure will be Erilynn. I hope you enjoy, man. Alrighty. This is farewell. And thank you very much. And as always, bye-bye.